Capricorn, hello and welcome to your 5-card tarot card energy reading for the month of December 2020. This is a monthly general reading for Capricorn for December 2020. First, I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving and had a safe one, and I wish also everybody a happy and safe holiday as we come into the holiday season, and that everyone is doing well. I'd like to say real quickly, Capricorns, that I would appreciate if you could support my channel. In order to do this, you need to do what I call the big three, and that's click on the like the video, click on subscribe to the channel, and click on the notification buttons. These are 3 algorithms that YouTube uses to gauge to release and push new channels out to a wider audience. And I'm still a new channel, thus I'm still sort of limited in what YouTube puts out there. So if you are inclined to do so and would like to support me, I would greatly appreciate it by doing those 3 things. If you've already done it and you've already subscribed and clicked the notification and liked the video, thank you so much. Very kind of you. So let's get started here. Capricorns. This is a general reading for the larger collective, and it's intended for informational purposes. The information may not resonate with every Capricorn, and that's totally okay. Take what fits and let the rest go. To save time, I already shuffled the cards and requested the universal guidance as the cards were selected and injected on their own during the shuffling process. The 5 cards that were exited during the shuffle are listed right here. For the energy reading for this month of December 2020 for you, Capricorn. The first card here represents the overall energy of past influences. This is significant energy for the overall collective of Capricorns within the past few months. In some cases, that the energy may have resolved. In other cases, the energy may still be lingering. The second card here represents the overall energy for your present energy during this time frame. The third card here represents the overall energy for your future energies, and these are things that could be on the cusp, it could be on the beginning of happening, could be right around the corner. The fourth card here represents the overall energy for any challenges that you may encounter during this time frame. Keep in mind that challenges do not mean anything negative; they could just be information. But in most cases, they're presented in choices that come to you, and you use your own free will depending on the choice that you choose. And the final card here is your outcome. So this is your outcome energy for this time period, things that of resolution. Okay. So, Capricorns, we have the 10 of Swords here in your past influences. So, Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand why the 10 of Swords is showing up here in the past influences for Capricorns during this time frame, please. Well, there's 2 key things that are coming up for the energy for Capricorns that came up during the past few months for many Capricorns that I'm picking up here. In some cases, some Capricorns in the past few months here may have taken on the role of a victim because of circumstances, and by doing so, you were sort of wanting pity. You were wanting others to sort of save you from despair, and this could have been, for you lost your job or some sort of incidents or financial concerns or housing or whatever else. But you took on the energy more of the victim of the circumstances, wanting others to basically just take care of you, and to save you from that sort of despair. So in some cases, perhaps maybe someone did take advantage of you in that case, but it's the victim energy that was being exhibited here. And it was important to understand for you, Capricorns, that you cannot change other people's actions, and you can't change another person. The key message here that the universe is wanting you to embrace was that what you can change is how you respond to things, and it's your response that you have control over. So, yes, even if you were harmed or betrayed, yes, it could be painful, it could be sad, but you have a choice, and you had a choice of how you were going to handle that, and that could have been in a constructive way or a positive way. You could have picked yourself up and moved forward with your life. But some of you sort of chose to, just play the victim and woe was me sort of attitude instead of taking the positive approach. I'm also picking up that the Ten of Swords here in your past influences for some, the energy for some Capricorns was there was some sort of ending that took place. This could have been a relationship that came to sort of an abrupt halt. It could have been an ending in a job abruptly, or loss of a job, or a contract that was broken. For the most part, I'm picking up this wasn't something that was ideally planned. It was sort of what was felt more like a out of the blue, or quickly occurred. You weren't quite expecting it, or didn't believe it could happen to you. But whatever this sort of ending occurred, it hurt, and it was devastating. And for many, Capricorns, you were left feeling let down and sort of lost and even lonely. I mean, it's grieving the pain of a major loss, whether it was job, career, or a loved one, or a relationship. And it sort of hit your core of will you be able to find love, or find work, or even trust again. It plays on all those emotions. The Ten of Swords also, energy here I'm picking up for some Capricorns, that you may have been the victim of another person's betrayal and deceit. And in this case, you perhaps were backstabbed, or that was someone backstabbed you, and you were suffering from those someone else's actions, and or someone else that was cheating on you, or a colleague was spreading nasty rumors about you, or a family member was betraying your trust. This is all these sort of trust issues inflict pain, and these are things that run deep, and it causes a lot of emotion, because if it's done in a hurtful way, that's what hurts more than anything. And so, these sort of energies, it also could have added to sort of the abrupt ending of a relationship, whether it was work or love or else. So again, it's just sort of an emotional time that many of you were feeling, and you were grieving sort of these losses, whatever these sort of losses were. But what the Ten of Swords here are picking up in this your past influences for many of you Capricorns, was the message was about letting go and accepting your current circumstances. That was the learning lesson. It's about not resisting change, but allow whatever happens, because even if it causes initial pain and hurt to you, the universe is going to protect you, and sometimes those pain and loss has to occur in order for change to occur, and that's a part of the cycle, and so if you fought it, Capricorns, you struggled with it a lot harder. If Capricorns, on the other hand, you sort of went with the flow and accepted it in a positive light, as best as you could, you got through it, or are in the process of getting through it. Keep in mind, though, with any of this loss here that you experienced, Capricorns, it was temporary. Because the Ten of Swords is not a final ordeal. This is just something that basically occurs, and you have to experience the impact of it and deal with it, and then you move forward with it. It's that easy. And it may not look like it, but the universe is watching out for you. This is a short-term thing that's going to pass over. The question is do you learn from it? And that's the lesson here, and that's really what the universe is wanting you to do, is how do you deal with such things, because that's the learning lesson, and it's important not to lose that. So, it's important that many of you were able to pick yourself up and sort of reflect what happened to you. And if you haven't, now's the time to do so. Reflect about this past that had occurred, and reflect, what did you learn about yourself from this experience, even if it was painful, even if it was hurtful, even if it's still a little sore. But what did you learn about yourself? Did you survive it? You know, did other doors open for you? Did you find what other positive things happened? There are people there that were there to support you that you didn't think there were. All those are positive traits, and those are the learning lessons that you can draw upon. And that's what this is about. You want to draw upon that energy so that it's a learning experience. That's what your past influences was about. In your present energy, we have the Three of Wands. Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand why the Three of Wands is in the current reading, the time frame here for our Capricorns, please. Well, much with these changes, abrupt changes that occurred in the past few months, the Three of Wands, you know, card here is indicating to me, the message I'm getting is that these are all about changes and challenges that lie ahead. You know, this is about understanding that there will be challenges and there are going to be changes, and that it's a part of the process, and you may still be reeling in sort of these changes that could have occurred. But it's about growing, and it's about preparing for the obstacles, and finding joy and finding happiness, and using all of this as a learning experience of learning about yourself and turning it into positive. Because if you do so, the universe is going to reward you. The universe is going to make up for this. This happened for a reason, and just understand and accept that and not fight it. You know, typically the Two of Wands here, Capricorn, speaks to planning of the future, and it's usually a card that indicates you wanting to plan for your safety and for your comfort. So the Three of Wands here is that, or I'm right, the Three of Wands here is now saying that if you haven't been planning, or this is a time to be planning to what it is that you want to do, and to strategize. So, if you haven't already done so, you need to be doing so. You should be having the energy, and more opportunities are going to help you expand that strategy, and you're going to be able to maximize the potential for whatever it is that you're wanting to do. This is indicating that it's a green light, in that things are going to progress fairly steadily for you during this time, as you would expect. And this is sort of the message the universe is telling you, that if you're working on a solid preparation, you're going to go on your drive. You will succeed with this, because again, the Three of Wands here signals that chances available to you are going to broaden your horizons, and it could be through something of study, it could be through travel, business, enterprise, it could be learning. This is a lesson here for you Capricorns to be more aware of opportunities that exist for you right now. You just have to open your eyes for them. And also look at things that you may have thought about in the past. This is the opportunity. This is the learning lesson, because there's going to be more to come. So the universe is inviting you to take advantage of this potential, and encouraging you to stay committed to your path, and be prepared to stretch beyond your comfort zone. That's the key here. Knowing what best hopes are out there should be excitement for you, and focus on that excitement. Sometimes the unknown can be exciting. So keep in mind it's time to think big, and consider what you can do to sort of open the doors to more development, or self-development, and self-exploration as well. The Three of Wands here encourages you to dream bigger, Capricorn, and to let go of limitations. This is about accepting a vision and being confident that you can achieve it. So think of the laws of attraction. Whatever you're going to wish for, as long as it brings you joy and happiness, and you can envision having it, you're on your way to that, and the universe will bring it to you when you're ready. It's the key. So don't focus on the actual outcome. Focus on the journey to get that. That's the important factor here with the Three of Wands here. So, this is the good things that are going to come for your way. It's not going to be a free ride. You're going to have to do a little bit of work, but it's a positive energy here for you, Capricorn. And this leads us to our future energies. We have the Eight of Cups, except we have the Eight of Cups in reverse here. So, Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand why the Eight of Cups is in the future energies for our Capricorns during this time frame, please. Well, it's right in line with your card previously here. The reverse Eight of Cups typically raises a question, which we just mentioned earlier here is sort of a, do I stay or do I go? Do you make the changes? Do you take up the opportunities, or do you stay with what you know? So you may be finding yourself here, Capricorns, sort of with the opportunity to either walk away from something that was been disappointing you, or that hurt you, or the job or a loss that was sort of there, or do you turn it around and try to make things better? So the real question is, can the circumstances improve, or is it a lost cause? That's a question that you have to ask yourself. And this is the time the universe is going to say is checking with your intuition, and your intuition is going to help you better understand whether you should give this situation, or whatever is this situation, up, or give it one more chance. Because keep in mind, if you should release it and it's in your best interest to let it go, then let it go. It will be okay. The reverse Eight of Cups here, is if it's interesting. If this card had a card before it, either like the Hangman or the Four of Swords, it would signal more of a sign that you should try one more time. However, this isn't coupled with that. So I'm picking up that this is an active card. This is a card that is encouraging you to move on and to pursue a different path. That's coming through. The reverse Eight of Cups here, Capricorn, is an invitation, and it's encouraging you to listen to your heart about what your next course of action is. And it is okay to take opinions from others, and they may have a different opinion than what you want. But what it comes down to is, don't let others influence you. The universe is saying, trust your intuition that you know what's best for you. And I'm not picking up there's any right or wrong answer here. This is just about opportunities, and that you have to understand that opportunities. So only you, Capricorn, are going to know whether a situation is serving you, and if there's any hope for the future. So be mindful of what you want, and then check in to see if this move is in alignment with your goals and your dreams. That's really all you have to do. It's not very complicated. Keep in mind too that the reverse Eight of Cups here can also show, in some cases, that you're drifting away from one place to the next because perhaps you were never satisfied in the first place where you were. So the idea that the grass is always greener on the other side. If this is something that's resonating with you, Capricorns, you're going to have to ask yourself what makes you happy, and how can you design your life in alignment with your deepest contentment. Because if you can realign it and reassess it, it will come. In our energy challenges, we have the Six of Pentacles here. So, angels and guys, please help us understand why the Six of Pentacles is here in our Capricorns. Challenging energy during this time frame, please. Well, this is not generosity. This typically represents, in some cases, some Capricorns are doing quite well. You weren't affected by some of the things here. And if you are the Capricorn that has been doing well, and things have been going okay with you, then this is a positive thing. This is about you've accumulated either you're financially stable, as stable as you can be, or that you're in a position to offer financial assistance to others. So if that fits you, you're in the one that's doing well. This is going to encourage you to consider your charitable donations and your tithing and your fundraising. This is about sharing the good feelings associated with what you've experienced by helping other people out. And it's no better time here with the holidays, as we know. So, even if you are not financially wealthy, it doesn't mean that you're a millionaire, and maybe you don't have you're getting by, and that's great too. This is not about money necessarily. This is about even volunteering your time. because that's even more meaningful. So if you can volunteer your time to help out a group or organization, serve a meal or do something, you're going to get a lot of joy out of that, and it's going to be a positive experience for you. So this is about doing something for others unselfishly, and feeling the appreciation. So giving your time or your wisdom or your advice or suggestion, is just as fulfilling. So if you feel that you can't afford to give to others, in some way, then wise advice it works, or consulting, or you know um, volunteering with something. It doesn't have to be monetary. So it's important to understand that every contribution that you make is going to be valued, and it's going to come back to you threefold. That's what the universe wants you to know. Um, and it also sort of picks up that for the Capricorns that are doing well and are stable in their finances, you may be approached with someone who needs to borrow money from you because they're down on their luck at this time. And I'm feeling that it's going to hope. I'm feeling it'll be somebody that and you're going to be asked to trust whether they can pay you back or not. And you may have to figure out that um, you know not get caught up on if they're going to pay you back, even if they say they are. Don't focus on that. Just focus on helping them out. And remember, when someone borrows money and you sort of are giving it away in the first place, because there's no guarantee that you're ever going to get it back, even if people promise with good faith, because other things can happen. So this is about feeling good that yes, if it gets paid back, awesome. But also, don't give assistance only if you want to guarantee that you will get it back. Not at this time. That's the message I'm sort of picking up here. So, I'm also picking up, Capricorns, that some of you may be on the receiving end of other people's generosity, because you might be down on your luck because of some of these changes that occurred. So, this is great, and this is an opportunity, and feel thankful that such things exist, even if it's not the best thing, but any help is better than no help. And, what you want to sort of pay attention to is not take this help for granted. This is critical. The universe wants you to know that really on the benefits from agencies or people who can help you, and appreciate it, but do not take advantage of it, and don't expect it. Uh, Things will come back. There's karma. Understand that it's going to be in your best interest to show appreciation and use this generosity in good faith to get you back on track as soon as possible. That's what's more important. So, think of this help as short-term short-term assistance, but not sustainable solutions. You're going to have to use some of that. Now, you're going to have to figure out how you can financially support yourself and your family, and move towards self-sufficiency. So don't get caught in a rut of just asking for handouts. That's not what this is about. Yeah. Also picking up here that your challenges here is the Six of Pentacles. This represents, again, financial harmony, and the amounts that flow in and out or in balance. And remember, there are good times and there's always hard times, and that's the yin and the yang, and the circle of life, if you want to call it that. And so learn from this. If you were down in your luck, learn from it and see how you can prepare to better handle something else that may come down the line. And remember, if you are financially stable and everything's good for you, just remember it could turn. And so this is the lesson here, is that don't get too comfortable either. Make sure that you're prepared for those ups and downs. That's your challenges. And in our outcomes, Capricorn, we have the Moon, which is a major arcana card, so this is interesting. Angel and Spirit guides, please help us understand why the Moon is representative here in this current energy for outcomes for our Capricorns during the month of December 2020, please. Well, I'm picking up, this is not reflective for all Capricorns. That message is coming in fairly clear, but the major energy that I'm picking up, that it could just be for one Capricorn, I don't know. It's a very strong energy, and it's the one it's coming through this the most. Um, so it may not be representative to many, but if I'm picking up for, it's strong enough for even one person. Uh, the Moon card here in your outcomes, this typically represents sort of fears and illusions. Um, and I'm picking up that for some, whoever this energy is, this fear and illusions is being projected, um, and it's being projected into your present and in your future, and sometimes even in your past experiences. Um, and this could be caused for some because there's a painful memory that may have caused emotional distress in your past, and perhaps maybe you didn't deal with it appropriately, or you just sort of brushed it under, or you know you didn't have that emotional uh, experience to deal with it. Um, you sort of pushed it down and into your subconscious. But keep in mind that when you do that, these sort of emotions that get buried, and it could have been from a trauma, it could have been from just anything that was hurtful that you didn't deal with in the past. There are things that can trigger it, and we know that even the holidays can trigger sort of painful memories for some. It could have been when your last time you saw your parents or your grandparents or your sister or something like that. Or someone had passed away during the holiday season, or there's a divorce. Any of these things that are triggered around the holidays can trigger these emotional responses that you normally don't think about, and you thought you had dealt with. So if this is occurring for some Capricorn during this time frame, this is the universe's way of saying you need to deal with this repressed emotion. And the best way to remedy this is connect to your subconscious mind and address whatever it is that this fear or these illusions or these anxieties or this pain is, and understand that it's holding you back. And if you can, once you clearly address what the pain is, you need to release the pain. Say to yourself, I release the following pain. It no longer serves me. That usually, repeat that several times, and you'll feel a difference. However, if that doesn't work, this is the universe's guidance of saying perhaps if it's more serious than something like that, and you can forgive yourself and let go of this sadness or the anxiety or the trauma or whatever it is that is reoccurring, then the universe is going to encourage you to seek more formal assistance. And that could either be through a therapist or through hypnosis or some kind of healing support system, because if it's on a deeper level than this is encouraging you to get professional help so that you can learn from this and let it go and move on, because it's stopping you from being your higher self in some ways. So yeah, if you need assistance, see a counselor. There's low fees. There's base sliding scale fee counselors. There's a variety of ways that you can go that someone can help you, a group, organization or something. But seek guidance if it's too difficult to deal with on your own. Keep in mind that the moon can indicate sort of a time of uncertainty as well, and add to this illusions. And the moon can exaggerate things, and we've had these sort of eclipsed moons even in the month of December a couple of days ago, and things can sort of get us all out of whack. So if this is occurring and you're being affected by this, Capricorns, this is the time to sort of listen to and to trust your intuition. That's what the universe is going to tell you. It's by doing so and trusting your intuition and not necessarily what you're hearing or is in front of you during this time frame, during these eclipses and moons that are experienced here in December. This is about feeling into situations rather than thinking about what they mean. So you're going to be encouraged to let go of conscious mental blocks, let go of negative self-talk. This is about finding and attaining sort of higher levels of understanding. If you listen to your intuition and use your own judgment and common sense and understand that you have that there for a reason. This will help you interpret these sort of messages that are occurring here for you. So, with the moon appearing here and your outcomes, the universe is basically saying, is encouraging you, I guess, is to pay close attention to the lunar cycles and attune your divine power to the ritual and the visualization about it. Connect with your divine higher self and use it as an opportunity to seek solutions and to create sort of awareness and a new intentions and a new point of view. This is about planting the seeds for opportunity so that they can grow. Don't focus on the negative. This is about focus on the positive and use your laws of attraction about what it is that you want to manifest during these sort of lunar times, because those sort of positive aspects will help you get through this and will make you much more successful and will help you shine. It's critical. Okay? So Capricorn, there you have it. Thank you so much for watching this video. And again, as I said earlier, if you'd like to support me, the YouTube algorithms depend on the following, what I call the big three, and that is please click on like the video, click on subscribe to the channel, and click on the notification buttons. You won't be bombarded with junk mail. It just basically will help YouTube push my channel to a wider audience. So that's if you see fit. I would appreciate it. If you already have done that, thank you so much. I'm very grateful to you. So again, Capricorns, feel free to leave a comment if you feel any part of this reading was applicable to you. I'd love to hear what you have to say. If it didn't resonate with you, a part of it didn't resonate, that's totally understandable. Just please let it go. This is a general reading, and it may not have, it just wasn't meant for you at this time. So thank you again, Capricorn, and I hope that you please have a wonderful and safe holiday. Think positive, and let's all, be positive and be blessed and thankful for the things that we have in our life, and it will all do better. So enjoy yourself, and again, happy holidays, and we'll see you in January 2001. Enjoy. Thank you.